Hello and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to show you how to sew a large multifunctional crossbody bag. The link to get the pattern is in the description under the video. To make this bag you will need lightweight printed cotton fabric, cotton canvas fabric, lightweight cotton fabric for the lining, one 25 cm long zipper and one 32 cm long zipper or a continuous zipper with two sliders, bias tape 2.5 meter long, a strap 2.5 cm wide and 2.4 meter long, a 1 cm wide elastic 26 cm long, two hooks 2.5 cm wide, two D-rings 2.5 cm wide, one slider ring 2.5 cm wide, one snap button 1 cm in diameter, medium weight interfacing, the pattern pieces printed and cut, piping 2.5 meter long. Take the printed cotton fabric, fold it in half, place the pattern pieces according to the cutting layout. Cut out the pieces. Transfer all important markings directly into the fabric. Grab the cotton canvas, place the pieces as shown in the cutting layout, cut out the pieces. Transfer all markings from the pattern into the fabric. Cut the lining pieces as indicated in the cutting layout. Don't forget to transfer the markings. Take the pattern pieces that require interfacing. Trim the seam allowances from the pattern pieces before cutting the interfacing. Use the modified patterns to cut the interfacing pieces. Place each interfacing piece on the wrong side of the corresponding fabric piece. Press with an iron to fuse the interfacing in place. Take the side pocket pieces, exterior and lining. Place the lining right sides together with the outer fabric, aligning the center points carefully. Stitch the top and bottom edges at 1 cm from the edge. Press the seams. Turn the piece right side out. Top stitch along the upper edge at 5 mm from the edge, then stitch 1 cm below the top stitch to create a casing for the elastic. Cut 2 pieces of elastic each 13 cm long. Using a booking or safety pin, slide the elastic through the casing. Pin each end of the elastic to the side edges of the pocket. Stitch each side of the pocket 5 mm from the edge to secure the elastic and to keep the lining attached to the exterior fabric. Repeat all these steps for the second pocket. Take the 2 front pocket pieces, outer fabric and lining. Place them right sides together, aligning the center points. Stitch the top edge at 1 cm from the edge. Press the seam. Turn the piece right side out. Pin the lining and outer fabric together, wrong sides facing. Stitch all around the pocket 5 mm from the edge. Take the 2 flap pieces, outer fabric and lining. Place them right sides together. Stitch all around at 1 cm from the edge, leaving a 10 cm opening at the top. Clip the corners and press the seams. Turn the piece right side out through the opening. Top stitch all around the flap at 5 mm from the edge. Mark the center of the flap. On the center line, mark a point 2 cm from the bottom of the flap. Attach one side of the snap button at this point. Mark the center of the pocket. On the center line, mark a point 5.5 cm from the top of the pocket. Attach the second side of the snap button at this point. Take the front face of the bag, outer fabric. Use the pattern to mark the placement of the pocket and flap. Place the pocket and flap wrong sides against right side on the bag face. Stitch the three sides of the pocket at 5 mm from the edge. Sew first line 5 mm from the upper edge of the flap. Sew second line 1 cm under the first one for reinforcement. Take the 32 cm long zipper and the two zipper tabs, outer fabric and lining. Place one end of the zipper between the outer fabric of the tab and its lining, right sides together. Stitch at 1 cm from the edge. Repeat the process for the other end of the zipper and the second tab. Press the seams. Turn the tabs right side out and top stitch all around 5 mm from the edge. Take the upper and lower pieces of the back pocket, outer fabric and lining, and the zipper. Mark the center of the zipper. Place one side of the zipper between the outer fabric and the lining of the lower piece, right sides together. Stitch 1 cm from the edge. Repeat the same with the other side of the zipper and the upper piece, outer fabric and lining. Carefully press the seams. Place the lining and the outer fabric wrong sides together. Top stitch all around both sides of the zipper at 5 mm from the edge. Stitch all around the piece at 5 mm to keep the lining and outer fabric together. Take the inner pocket piece, lining. Fold it in half, wrong sides together. Press the fold well. Top stitch along the folded edge 5 mm from the edge. Take one inner face of the bag lining. Place the pocket on its right sides together, following the markings from the pattern. Stitch the 3 sides of the pocket at 5 mm from the edge. Sew a vertical line down the center of the pocket to create 2 compartments. Take the 2 outer pieces of the lower perimeter. Place them right sides together, aligning the center points. Stitch one of the short sides 1 cm from the edge. Press the seam open. Top stitch on both sides of the seam at 5 mm from it. Take the 2 side pockets. Place them wrong sides against the right side of the perimeter piece, aligning the bottom of the pockets with the placement notches. Stitch the 3 sides of each pocket 5 mm from the edge. Take the 2 lining pieces for the lower perimeter part. Place them right sides together, aligning the center points. Stitch one short side 1 cm from the edge. Press the seam open. Take one outer piece of the upper perimeter, its lining, and the 55 cm long zipper. Mark the center of all 3 elements. Place the zipper between the outer fabric and the lining right sides together, aligning the center points. Stitch 1 cm from the edge. Repeat this step with the other side of the zipper and the second set of upper perimeter pieces, outer fabric and lining. Pin the outer fabric and lining wrong sides together. Press carefully. Top stitch around both sides of the zipper at 5 mm from the edge. Then stitch all around the pieces at 5 mm to hold the lining and exterior fabric together. Cut 2 pieces of strap, each 8 cm long. Slide each piece through a D-ring, then fold the strap in half. Trim off the excess length from the zipper. Place the strap on each end of the zipper, right sides together, and stitch them at 5 mm from the edge. Take the upper perimeter part with zipper, the lower perimeter part outer fabric, and the lower perimeter part lining. Place the upper parts between the two lower parts right sides together with the outer fabric and the lining, aligning the center points carefully. Stitch both sides at 1 cm from the edge. Turn the piece right side out. Stitch each side of the lower perimeter at 5 mm from the edge to attach the lining to the outer fabric. Cut 2 strap pieces, each 50 cm long. Mark the center of each strap. From the center point, mark 5 cm on each side. A 10 cm center section. Fold each strap in half lengthwise. Stitch at 5 mm from the edge between the previously marked points. Take one outer face of the bag. Mark its center. From that point, mark 6 cm to each side. From these points, draw a line 2 cm down from the top edge, or use the pattern to transfer the strap placement. Fold each strap end to the back by 4 cm. Place the strap on the marked position. Stitch a square at 5 mm from the edge at each end of the strap. Then sew an X inside the square to reinforce. Take the two outer bag faces. Place one lining piece on each, from sides together, carefully aligning the markings. Stitch all around 5 mm from the edge. Be careful not to catch the straps in the seam. Place the piping along the outer edge of the bag face right sides together, aligning the raw edges of the piping and the fabric. Clip into the piping seam allowance in the curved areas so it follows the shape smoothly. Cut the piping to the correct length, perimeter, leaving an additional 1.5 cm for the overlap. On one end of the piping, trim the inner cord by 1.5 cm. Fold the fabric casing inward. Overlap the folded end into the other end of the piping. Secure with clips or pins. Stitch the piping in place using a zipper foot or piping foot, as close as possible to the cord. Repeat this process for the second bag face. Take the two bag faces and take the perimeter. On each bag face, mark the top, bottom, left and right center points. Do the same on the perimeter piece. Place the perimeter right sides together with one face of the bag, aligning all center markings. Clip into the seam allowance of the perimeter along the curves to ease the fit. Pin or clip all the way around. Stitch at 1 cm from the edge. Open the zipper. Place the second face right sides together with the other side of the perimeter. Repeat the clipping and alignment process. Stitch at 1 cm from the edge. Fold one end of the bias tape inward by 1.5 cm. Place the bias tape along the seam all the way around one face of the bag. Clip into the bias tape around the curves to help it follow the shape smoothly. Cut the bias to the necessary length, the full perimeter plus 1.5 cm. Stitch all around 5 mm from the edge to attach the bias. Fold the bias to the inside of the bag. Stitch 2 mm from the inner edge of the bias to secure it, or use a hand slip stitch for a more discreet finish. Repeat the process for the other face. Take a 1.2 meter long strap. Thread one end of the strap through a slide-in buckle. Then thread it through a hook. Bring it back through the slide-in buckle, this time going underneath. Fold the loose end back by 2 to 4 cm. Stitch in the middle. Slide the other end of the strap through a hook. Fold the end back by 2 to 4 cm. Stitch in the middle. Attach the strap to the bag. Your bag is ready. If you have any questions, please don't hesitate to leave them in the comments or to message me on my social media.